Good morning, my beautiful blue hearts. I am in the studio today and I will be painting my paper mache bubblegum blowing llama. So you see here, this is what I'll be painting today. And it's very lightweight. I made this part here from cardboard. The neck here is from a Dr. Pepper bottle. And then even part of the head here is part of that Dr. Pepper bottle that I just cut. So, yeah. Made from Dr. Pepper bottle. I'm sorry, brain fart. It's still early. I'm still tired. I'm still waking up. I haven't had a coffee today. Maybe that's my problem. But in any case, yeah. So, cardboard, Dr. Pepper bottle. I did masking tape, and there's some like old ripped apart magazine in there. Tissue paper. Right here, I did hot glue, and for the eyes are glass cabochons, and I will be painting over these. So yeah, everything's gonna get painted on. So I'm really excited. And then back here, I added a little D-ring. I just hot glued it and then paper mache around it, and it'll hang. And it's just so lightweight. See, look, it's so lightweight. It'll hang really easily. But yeah, I'm just gonna get to painting on this. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're having a great day. Happy Monday. I know I don't usually do lives on Monday. I usually do them like on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I wanted to get to painting this and I wanted to hang out with y'all. So that's what I'm doing. Yep, so I had actually sculpted a bubblegum blowing llama in polymer clay. So let's see. I'll turn it around and you can see. So there she is. There's my bubblegum blowing llama in polymer clay. Let me get up so you can see her a little bit better. Yeah, see, so she's got a little lipstick, she's got some eyeshadow, she's got fake eyelashes, and really cute curly hair. So she's a little different than this llama. But two different mediums, so two different results. But yeah, so that's my first bubblegum blowing llama that I ever did was in polymer clay. And she's really heavy, so that's why she's not hung up on the wall, because she started to crack. And I just thought it'd be really great to have one where I could hang it up on the wall. So that's what I'm going to do with this guy here. He's going to get hung up on the wall once he's all painted and everything. So this is what I'm working on today. Yeah, paper mache is what I made this from. Dr. Pepper bottle and like some cardboard, masking tape, ripped up not newspaper, but magazine. And I sculpted this all out of basically trash, what you would consider trash. I just upcycled. So I'm gonna get this painted today. How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Alright, so we're just gonna get to painting. So I'm using acrylic paint, using acrylic paintbrush to get this on. Try to angle it. There you go. Yep, so I put on two or so layers of tissue paper on this guy here. And this is my first ever paper mache piece. I've never sculpted in paper mache. I've sculpted in polymer clay, but not paper mache. So definitely a different experience, but it's still really cool. I had a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work. Paper mache is a lot of hard work. But I'm hoping I can get them to turn out really cool. That is the hope. keep calling it a hem, but I don't know. I may add, you know, fake eyelashes and lipstick to this one too, like I did my other one. We'll just see when we get there. We'll see, you know, what inspiration says I should do. What do y'all think? Would y'all rather see just like a plain llama, or would y'all like to see eyeshadow and lipstick like my polymer clay llama? Either way, let me know. Hey Matt, welcome. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, and I used paper towel for the neck because I wanted a little bit different of a texture than just the, you know, the tissue paper, which is smooth. So there's like little ridges and bumps in this. Just a little bit different of a texture, you know. But yeah, so the first bubblegum blowing llama I did, she turned out like so cool, I thought. And I was really disappointed when I went to put her on the wall, she started to crack. And I'm like, I can't have this, because she was right up here where that disco ball is, that painting there. If she fell, she would break so much stuff. My printer's under there. And I was like, I can't have her falling. So she's up on the shelf now. But ever since, it's like I really want a llama up there. So I was like, I had to figure out another way. And paper mache is so much lighter. So that's what I'm doing. For y'all just tuning in, it's my bubblegum blowing llama. So the neck is made from Dr. Pepper, a Dr. Pepper bottle. Part of her head is that same Dr. Pepper bottle. And then back here, this part is cardboard. Yeah, and then she's got glass eyes that I'm gonna paint over. So, did y'all watch the Super Bowl? Did y'all have a good weekend? We don't really watch sports in our house. So, you know, we just hung out and played video games and just chilled out. I didn't feel that great this weekend. I didn't feel that good. So, just tried to take it easy. I did finish doing the paper mache here on this llama yesterday. I managed to do that. I was just chilling out on the couch and I was like, you know, while I'm chilling out, I could be finishing up this project. So that's what I did. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. Yeah, you think paper mache is going to be like super easy, but it's labor intensive. I'll say that. It's not that it's like really complicated, just that it's labor intensive. Like, I was trying to do it in my kitchen, and I was standing at my stove, and my back and like legs were like killing me because I was just standing there so long working on it. So that's why I was like yesterday, I was like, I'm just going to sit on the couch and see if I can do it there. Prop myself up and did that. Yeah, we're just not a sporty family when it comes to, you know, like watching sports and stuff. Like when I was younger, like back in the 90s, God, I'm old. You know, I would watch, you know, like football back then. I liked the Cowboys back then. Like, you know, there was Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, all those guys. And a really good group of dudes. It was good watching it back then. It was fun. Like watching Emmitt Smith, you know, run and run and run. That was really fun. But I don't know, just not really into it anymore, you know. Alright, so just gonna have to be careful where I put my hand now because I don't want to put my hand in wet paint. I'm really excited to get painting on this. I've been working on this project for, man, at least a couple of weeks. So just off and on, because you got to let it dry in between layers of paper. So it took a while. I'm anxious to see how this will turn out. Yeah, for my birthday, we went to, a large city that's nearby us, and there was a shop full of just like Mexican paper mache, and there was like 6 foot tall, actually probably taller than that, sculptures of Day of the Dead. What are they called? Katrinas. Day of the Dead Katrinas. And they were so big and so beautiful. And I was like, I wonder if I could do my llama in paper mache. So that's kind of where that got started. Because I've been wondering for a while, how could I do this so, lightweight to where I could hang it. And I was like, I wonder if I could do it out of paper mache. And the only way to know is to try. So that's what I did. But I wish y'all could have seen those sculptures. They were so beautiful. My favorite one had prickly pear cactus, like a headdress on it. And it was just so beautiful. And I absolutely loved it, seeing that. I love seeing, art like that. It's so cool seeing people create something, basically from almost nothing, right? Just their imagination, and it's just so cool to me. But do y'all paint? Do y'all sculpt? Are y'all arty folks? Or do y'all just appreciate art? Either way, you're my kind of peeps. Yeah, I recently gotten to like 1,000 followers here. And I had mostly been posting on TikTok. And I got up to 1,000 here. So now my lives will post to my channel. And so I'm wanting to do more lives here. But really excited. Like, wow, 1,000 people. That's amazing. Thank you. It is so appreciated. I've been doing art for well over 20 years. And I've only been on like social media serious with my art, right? Like seriously showing it and everything for probably maybe the past few years. And so it's just been, a slow process. And I definitely appreciate everyone who shows up and supports me. It means a lot. It really, really does. Because a lot of hard work and love goes into this. Alright, I don't know if y'all can tell, but there is a difference. See, this side's not really painted yet, and then getting in there and it's more white. But yeah, I've been painting and sculpting llamas, I don't know, since like 2017, 2019, something like that. And I became like really well known for my llamas. And so I still just paint and create llamas every now and then. Like I do other stuff too, but I can't get away from the llamas. They've really, I don't know, just done good for me. Puffy paint. Yes, I use puffy paint sometimes. Hi, Caitlin. Welcome. Yeah, I around the time I started doing llama art, I also did a lot of painted rocks, and because they were like really popular, and like my town that I live in, we're doing the kindness rock. So you'd paint a rock and leave it somewhere so someone else can find it later, and it'd be just a nice little surprise for them. And I started to like puffy paint the rocks, and it was really cool. It was fun. Thank you for the question. I love it. Keep it coming, y'all. Y'all got any other questions, let me know. And so right here in the nose area, right here, I put cotton balls in there. And then for the cheeks, it's just like rolled up, balled up magazine pages. And then I did put wire behind the ears too for extra support. Not that it really needed it, but it made me feel better, like, you know, it's going to be well supported. No matter how old it gets, the wire will be there to help it, you know, stay up. Yeah, when I first started really getting into art as an adult, like I'd been drawing and stuff my whole life, but as an adult, my father-in-law, after I got married, lent me his scroll saw, so I would make, you know, art pieces out of wood and paint them in acrylic. So that's really where my art career kind of took off. I had like a little art booth in a craft mall and would go there and, you know, stock up my art stuff there, and it was fun. That was fun. I did that for maybe a year or so. The craft mall, anyways. I did the scroll saw for probably a few years, but then I just kind of branched out into like abstract painting, and then went into more, you know, complicated art after that. And I just got into watercolor painting a couple years ago, a few years ago. So the pandemic happened, right? And everyone's looking for, you know, art skills that they could grow on, or any kind of skills, really, like cooking bread. And I decided to do watercolor. It's something I always wanted to do. And so that's how I got into watercolor painting. I would go to the park and paint live and just hang out with everybody. And then it got too cold to do that, so I decided, so I wouldn't get burned out on painting, that I would start sculpting. And so I started doing polymer clay sculptures. Now I've been looking for like a clay that's like more durable than polymer clay. I think I may have found it. I think it's called Sculptamold. I haven't worked with it yet, but it's just something I found. And I was like, I might try that next. We'll just see. But I've been doing like collage art lately, and working in like paper mache clay, and now just regular paper mache. So just trying different things, you know, seeing what I can do, and I always like learning and trying new things. Like, I'm 45, but I still just want to keep learning. I'm always curious. Like, you don't know what you can and can't do if you don't try. So I'm always trying something different. I haven't done that. I have used UV resin on other things before, but I haven't done that. Definitely worth trying. So the plan with these guys was I was just going to paint over them. So right now they're glass cabochons, and they're kind of filmy looking because that's part of the PVA glue. And I was just going to paint them over like I did my polymer clay ones. That's the plan. So I'm just going to get in here with that paint. Thank you for the suggestion. I really appreciate that. I'll definitely keep that in mind for future projects. Alright, so I don't know if y'all can tell the difference. But yeah, see there's like unpainted there. And you can see the white coming along. And the great thing about acrylic paint is it dries pretty quickly. So by the time you get like the first coat done, you can probably get back in there and do another coat. Which I'm not going to complain about that. I'm kind of impatient sometimes when it comes to art. Like I want to get to the finished, product. Like I want to see what it looks like. Like if I have to wait, I will, but I'd rather just try and get it done as quickly as I can so I can see it. Wow, 18 people here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. I would like to learn how to, like, what do they call that? It escapes me. The air, like the spraying, like you're saying. I would love to learn how to do that. I know there's a specific term for it, but I'm still waking up, y'all. I'm tired. I'm still waking up, but I was like, I want to get this project going. Yeah, like where people use the paint sprayer to like for shading and highlights and stuff. I would love to learn how to do that. I don't have that set up myself, but that's really cool. Yeah, everything I do, I have to do it by hand. And I'm not really gonna do like a spray can anymore, because that really affects like my breathing and everything. So I know even like with the ventilator and stuff, you take the ventilator off, the stuff still stinks, right? Not good for you. And I've got like asthma now, and my breathing's gotten worse, so it's like I really have to be mindful of all that. Some people say safety third. No. It should be safety first, for sure. Like when you work with resin, you need to be wearing a mask and stuff like that, because that's so bad for your lungs. And, I can honestly say that I wasn't the best at that, and now I'm having like breathing problems. So take it from me, learn from my mistakes, and don't do that crap. Be careful with your health. Yeah, Yeah, I would use the aerosol cans for clear coat and seal my paintings that way. I think now I'm just going to do Mod Podge. So, and you know, it's supposed to be like non-toxic and stuff. I hope that's true. It says it is, but you never can tell, right? It's got to be better than that aerosol stuff, though. I was watching a video by that Jazza artist guy. He's really cool. Yesterday, and he had like this whole like mask set up, and then there's like a pipe, like a tube fed into it, I guess, bringing in the air for you to breathe. And I'm like, man, that'd be a nice setup. I bet it's expensive though, but that would be great. That way y'all could still see me and I would be protected. Maybe I ought to add one to my wish list, because that seems like a great investment. Yeah, I try to get this as close to my, you know, looking like my bubblegum blowing llama that's in polymer clay. But just being a different medium, it was difficult. But I still think she turned out pretty cool. Like, we get all this white painted on and I can start adding details. Yeah, I have one of my art pieces in an art exhibition right now. I had 2 exhibitions going on at the same time, and I just recently picked up one from an exhibit, and the other one's still on exhibit, so that's exciting. And one exhibition I had like 2 paintings in. One was a watercolor, one was acrylic, and then this other exhibition that I'm in right now is like a multimedia piece. So I sculpted a heart from paper clay, and then I made wings from like masking tape and cardboard, and then I sculpted over that to make it look like, you know, wings. I used drywall joint compound for the wings, and I attached them to a board, and it says, "In my dreams, I'm free." You know, considering what's everything that's going on in our country and everything, that's kind of just how I'm feeling right now. So I made that piece, and it's on display right now. The lady who curated the show was like, "Are you going to do more stuff like this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about it." So we'll see. I actually made a hummingbird from paper mache too, so got this here. And this is my next piece that I'm planning on making after the llama. So I've got this hummingbird going, and I'm thinking of maybe, here, let me show y'all. So I also did these out of paper clay. So maybe something like this, and then the hummingbird over it. And then there's going to be flower petals sticking off the side of this. So it's going to be a really unique piece. Yeah, and I did the flower petals out of masking tape. So I'm just going to have a heart like this, and then have the petals go all the way around, and then get that all painted up. So that's my next piece. And if y'all want, I'll video the process of that too. Just let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. Yeah, when I was in high school, I had drawn these flowers that were like getting their eyes like the hummingbirds were coming from the sky all directions, and the flowers are kind of like, that's something I did when I was back in high school, so it's kind of loosely based off of that. I have a couple of shops. I have a threadless shop, so you can get like my art on t-shirts and prints and things like that. And then I have a Ko-fi shop where it's more like my handmade stuff, like paintings and things like that. Uh, like my polymer clay earrings, and yeah. So I do have a couple of shops. Thank you so much for asking. My link is in my profile if y'all are interested. Another thing that I'm doing right now is I'm trying to put together these art kits for kids. So I had the idea of like getting together like art supplies so that children can have quality art supplies at home. Because when I was a kid, I had to use my school supplies for art supplies. And, you have to be really careful not to overuse them because you need them for school. So I didn't get to create as much as I wanted as a kid because of that. And I thought, well, if that happened to me, surely it's happening to other kids out there too. And maybe they don't even have school supplies, right? So I was like, maybe this would be a nice thing to do for kids. So I'm trying. I put together a Amazon wish list for art supplies, and what I'm gonna do is make like 100 kits. That's the plan. 100 kits and get them donated to food banks in the area. So not only will the kids be nourished, nutritionally, but also, mentally. Because I do feel like art, soothes the soul and it expands the mind. And I think it's very therapeutic. And I know growing up as a kid that was, in a poor family, how difficult it is. And especially now with the way the world is, it's rough, right? So I was like, how can I help kids now? And I just know that when I was a kid, I would have really benefited from something like that. So the link to that is in my profile as well. It's all in my link tree. If anyone's interested in helping with that, I'd really appreciate it. It's just something I've been thinking about for a while and something I really want to do. And these are going to be really nice art kits too. Like I have a watercolor how-to, I have a how to draw almost everything book in there. And then of course I've got watercolor paints, brushes, crayons, markers, pencils, papers, all that stuff. Everything to get a young artist going and keep them going for a while. Because, it's important to have art supplies that are going to last. So that's what I did. I made an Amazon wish list of what I thought were quality supplies, and I want to make these kits for kids. Yeah, and I'm thinking of talking to the local newspaper and seeing if they can maybe run a story on it so I can get, more interest in it. Because, if I could get 100 kits, that's 100 kids that are going to benefit from this. And that would be amazing. And if it's successful, I can keep doing it. I can do more. I was just trying to think, what I could do in, like, my community to help people. And as an artist, like, what could I do artistic-wise that would help people? So that's just kind of my thinking on it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Schools, and that was something my husband was saying. He's like, you could talk to art teachers about, something like this. He's like, there's so many different things you could do with this. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. You know, maybe even donate to like old folks' homes, right? Because I know art just, no matter what age you are, it benefits you. You know, there's been studies showing how art improves, you know, the mental cognition of elderly patients. So that would be great. Help out all sorts of folks with this idea. And I also like, you know, putting it out there that maybe artists can do that too in their own communities. Yeah, after my mom passed away a couple of years ago, I used art to cope and get through all of that. You know, the painting in the park I was talking about earlier. That's what I would do. I would just go out there and paint and go live and, you know, chat with people, and it helped tremendously get through that grief. So I know firsthand how much art can help somebody. You know, I grew up drawing and everything, and I was in my house. You know, the house I grew up in was abusive. So art helped me get through all of that. So I do know firsthand how great art is at helping get through hard times. So like if you have like a difficult time with regulating your emotions or even just feeling your emotions, art can help you with that. Like, you know, I grew up and my parents are like, you know, the shut up, I'll give you something to cry about kind of thing. That was the life I had back then. So it was hard for me to feel or even understand my emotions, you know. I didn't have anyone walking me through that. But art help me when when my parents wouldn't or couldn't. So I mean, they even use art in actual therapy with PTSD patients and Alzheimer's patients and children with autism. So I just know that it works. From my own experience, I just know. Let me turn this fan on over here. It's getting a little toasty. This is the paint I'm using, Apple Barrel White. So just acrylic paint. She's coming along. She's almost completely covered now. I just got to do this other eye, and then like, you know, back here with her ears and the base. I'm kind of thinking I might just leave it as one coat too, because I don't know if y'all can see, there's like little, where the paint is like not, so there's like, it looks like you can see little details like this, see? And I kind of like that. I think that looks kind of neat. So I might just do the one coat of paint. It looks nifty. Y'all ever notice when you paint that you'll like stick your tongue out, or like you're doing something you're concentrating on? Like, I remember watching with my family what was it? Trick My Truck. That was like a really popular show there for a while. And the painter, his name was Rhino, and he would always stick his tongue out when he painted. And I was like, I wonder if I do that. And sure enough, like, I do. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. I just thought it was funny. So every time I'd see him paint on the show, he'd be sticking his tongue out. Y'all remember that show? My family loved that show. I have a son, so he really is into stuff like that. He loves cars. He's always loved cars. Like, yeah, remember the movie Cars? That was a great movie. Mater was always my favorite. Yeah, one year I won first place in the state fair for a llama painted rock, and I wanted to go see it on display because that's what they do with the winning pieces. They'll display them. So I wanted to go do that, and so we went all to the fair, and there was like a car show there, and my son's like, "We got to do the car show." It was a lot of fun. Yeah, and we got to take in a concert because you know they do concerts there. It was a lot of fun. That's what I was saying earlier about my llamas have done well for me. You know, the llamas started to get really popular. I think it was like maybe 2017, 2019, probably 2017, that they were starting to really take off. And it was just pure luck for me. Like, I started to paint llamas because I just thought they were cool. And then the popularity shot up. And so I started to become known as the llama lady. And I started winning, you know, prizes and awards for my art, my llamas. So I was like, I will always do llamas now. I'm not going to just quit on the llamas because they've done so well for me. My logo is even llamas. I can show you actually. So there's my logo. Yeah, and I designed that around that time when they were really taking off for me. Alright, she's mostly painted. I just got to do the base now, and then I can probably start doing the details. Thank y'all so much for sticking around and hanging out with me and chatting me up. I really appreciate it. It's always nice when I get in these lives and I have people interact. It's always nice. And always appreciated. Yeah, sometimes I would go live on TikTok and like I'd have lots of watchers but like no interactions, and I don't know, it always just felt kind of lonely. So I definitely appreciate when people chat me up. I'm even going to paint the back on this, just you know, help seal it in and everything like that more, make it look more finished. And then when all the paint is dry, I'll probably just Mod Podge over it to seal it all in and protect the paint. I have not heard of that game. Is that like a board game or a card game? I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I've actually had people ask me like, do you own llamas? Because your thing is llamas. And I'm like, no, I don't own llamas. It'd be kind of cool if I did, though. Although I hear they spit, so I don't know. I don't need to be spat on by a llama. I mean, that can't be fun. I'll have to look into that drama llama game, though. I've heard the song, like, you know, Big Fat Mama Llama, Drama Llama. I've heard that. And then there's the Llama in My Living Room song. I've heard that one. It's a card game. I'll have to check it out. Alright, so see the unpainted to the painted. You can definitely see the difference. Yeah, so I used masking tape, so like painter's tape, which is like, this one was tan. And then I used a white tissue paper to go over it. And honestly, I don't think I'd do white tissue paper again, just because it's so hard to see once you place it. I might actually do a color. So if y'all ever decide to do paper mache, maybe don't do white, because it makes it really hard to see when you're laying it. So are any of y'all on TikTok? I left right before, the ban took place, and I haven't been back. I decided just, to not go back. With everything that's going on and everything, I decided that wasn't where I wanted to be. So I'm here on YouTube and I'm on Blue Sky. I even have a Discord if anyone's interested in joining that. There should be a link in my profile for that too. Alright, so there's the back. So now I'm going to do the front part of the base. I do miss TikTok a little bit, just because I had a big following there. So I had like a really cool community. But I'm really hoping that, I can build that here too. That's really what I'm wanting to do. I had about 5,000 followers over there before the ban kicked in and all that. So I'm on my way. I'm well on my way here. I've got 1,000 followers here. Oh my gosh, The Emperor's New Groove. I love that movie, yes. Llama face. And then like, no touchy. Yeah, I love that movie. I actually have pins from that movie. I have the pin that says no touchy. And then I have a pin where it's the vial with the llama on it. I have that too. Yeah, I love Emperor's New Groove. So funny. Like, I can't watch that movie and not, like, want to say every line out loud because I love it so much. Kronk is the best. And Yzma, oh my gosh. Like, I don't usually like the bad guys, but Yzma is great. She's so funny. Wrong lever. Oh my gosh, my son, I think he found like a llama horror movie, and I don't remember what channel it was on, if it was like Prime or what it was on, but we tried to watch it, and like the llamas would have like laser eyes, and it was like totally a B movie. It was not a good movie, but it was funny. I don't remember what the name of it was. It could have been Killer Llamas for all I know, but it was so funny. Not a good movie, but it was funny. You could tell it was just something somebody made for the fun of it. Hey, how are you? Welcome. I'm working on a paper mache llama that I sculpted for everyone who's just joined. So this is made from cardboard that I cut out, and then this right here is a Dr. Pepper bottle, and inside the head is also Dr. Pepper bottle, and then like a magazine, torn up magazine rolled up and smushed and all that. And then I covered it in masking tape, and I'm just working on it now, getting it painted. It took at least a week, a couple of weeks to get it fully cured and covered in tissue paper. That is so cool. I would totally read that comic book. That would be amazing. I love it. I hope they do it. I hope they do it. If they do, you'll have to let me know about it, because I'd love to see that. chaos llamas. I love that. Yeah, when we went to the state fair, I'd wanted to get to the animal barn and check out the llamas and see them up close, you know, and everything. And we were just in such a rush because we had to like go late because that was when the cheapest tickets were late, and so I didn't get to do that. But it was more important to me for my son to see the car show because that meant a lot to him. So I sacrificed seeing the llamas. Yeah, I would love to like hug a fluffy white llama. I think that'd be great. Like, I don't know if the llama would appreciate it too much, or their handler, but like, if I could find one that was nice and didn't mind hugs, you know, that'd be great. Like, thank you, llama, for being so cool. Yeah, I grew up in the country, but we mostly just had like cows and horses running around. We didn't, but I'm just saying, like, in the neighborhoods, you know. I live in Texas, so everywhere you go, you see cows and horses. You don't see llamas too often. I actually see them more than I used to, though. Like, the past few years. I do see them more than ever. Like, I never saw them as a kid. But more people are having llamas and alpacas these days. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me and spending time with me. I really appreciate it. If y'all don't mind giving me a follow, I'd appreciate that too. I just got to 1,000 followers, so I'm really stoked about that. I'm not monetized or anything like that just yet, but maybe someday. That would be really nice. It would be nice to be able to support my family through my art. That's kind of my dream. You know, not just, you know, I want to help people, but I want to be able to help my family too. It's kind of what I'm working towards. It's the hope anyways. Alright, so the base, I believe, is fully covered in white now. So this whole llama is white. I'm going to do a double check, make sure I got every nook and cranny. Oh, I got to get the bubblegum ball. And then I can start doing the details. I'm most excited about the bubblegum ball. I'm turning it pink. And it'll start looking like something. I think I'll do this next, because then you'll know that you'll actually see it come into life, right? So let's get it covered in white, and then I'll mix up some pink to make the bubblegum ball. I love it when a plan comes together. I can't stop thinking about the superhero llamas. Like, they gotta be wearing capes and stuff, right? That would be so cool. I think it was a few years ago I drew llamas wearing overalls. So they had like leaves sticking out of their pockets, and it was so friggin' cute. I did that in Procreate. Drew it on my iPad. And then I have a llama wearing lederhosen in clay. If y'all want to see that, I'll put this down and show y'all. Just let me know. Yeah, I call him my lederhosen llama. Yeah, he was meant to be like a hiking llama. I was going to put him in this position like he was walking, like, you know that famous video of Bigfoot where he's like turning? It was going to be like that. And he was going to have hiking boots and maybe a backpack, things like that. And as I'm sculpting, I'm like, you know what would be really cool? A lederhosen llama. So that's what I did. I changed him up from a hiking llama to a lederhosen llama. So now he's got like the cap, and he's got like a beer stein, a wooden beer stein. Yeah, it's really cute. Yeah, my llama, my artist llama, I've sculpted her. She was my first ever polymer clay sculpt. And people, were watching me live during that process and were like, oh my gosh, I want one. So I wound up making, I think, about 5 in total. And there's people out there who have my artist llama in their house. Like, how cool is that? Like, I love that. That, these people will take a little piece of me home, and that's so nice. I love it. Yeah, it's always cool when someone appreciates the hard work and passion that you put into something. It means a lot. Like, it's from an emotional level, it means so much. It's really hard to get in here because of the the bubblegum ball. But I'm doing my best, y'all. Just trying to get all that masking tape covered up, so that way you don't see that yellowish, kind of tannish color poking out. Alright, so there we go. It's all covered in white now. It took some time, but we did it. Alright, so while we let that dry a little bit, I'm going to show y'all my lederhosen llama if y'all want to see it. Alright. Alright, so there he is, my lederhosen llama. You can see his little beer stein that I sculpted. So I made it look like wood. And then down here I put like a little star. And look at the little handle. And it's even got beer suds in there. So he's got himself a little beer stein that technically he could hold. So, yeah. But I just leave it there because I don't want his hand to break or anything like that. Because clay can be a little, fragile. But there he is. I named him Leopold the Lederhosen Llama. He's made from polymer clay. See, I sculpted everything that you see. The base, where it looks like grass and flowers. I did everything. His hat. And then this is my llama that is based off of my logo. And see, she's wearing chucks. And she also has a grass base to stand on. And I don't know if y'all can see. Let me... And she's got like a very curly, fluffy tail that I sculpted too. And she's wearing pearls. The trickiest part on her were the glasses. Yeah. They're made out of metal. So there's a metal frame inside that I had to make, shape and make, and then put clay on it. Yeah, it was a massive pain, but I really love how it turned out. And again, if y'all didn't see her before, this is my bubblegum blowing llama in polymer clay. Yeah. So, the one I'm making now is paper mache, and it won't look exactly like this because, they're different mediums. But yeah. She was fully intended to be on the wall, but she's so heavy that she started to crack. And so she's on my shelf now instead. And she does have fake eyelashes. I got them on Amazon and put them on her because I thought that would just make it, you know, completely pop even more. So that's how she looks. And yeah. Oh, and I'll show you this one too. So I like My Little Pony. I grew up with My Little Pony as a kid. And this is kind of like my dream pony. And so if I move, the eyes change colors. Yeah. So she's also out of polymer clay. And this one I did in air dry clay. Yeah, and the funny thing about him is when you turn him, he's got a big juicy booty. And like, Misty, why did you do that? For the hell of it? Because it's funny. So, yeah. Those are my sculptures. A few of them are in people's homes. So, yeah. Alright. Let's see about lightening up this pink so I can put some pink on the cheeks. I don't want it to be like super bright. I want it just to be like a hint of rouge. Alright, so I'll just like barely tap that pink and then put it in some white here. Maybe just a little bit more. It almost disappeared in the white and we don't want that. So just gotta make it faint, but not too faint. But not too faint, eh? Just mix it up really well because I don't want any like dark pink streaks on the cheeks. Alright, so here we go. Oh, I was gonna do the bubblegum ball. Well, it's still drying, so we'll just give it a minute. Alright, this is almost like a light Pepto-Bismol pink. We're just gonna go all the way around and add it. And I got the inspiration for the cheeks from Louis Armstrong, the trumpeter. I actually looked up an image of him and was trying to kind of emulate the shape of his cheeks for my llamas. So if y'all can see, there's just a light pink. Alright, hopefully we got enough pink here to do the other one. Yeah, my son played trumpet in middle school, and I just always been fascinated with Louis Armstrong and what he would do with his cheeks to play. And then my son found out when he was in band that that's actually what you're not supposed to do when you play trumpet. But I'm like, it worked for Louis Armstrong, right? Like, if it worked for him, I mean, come on. Sometimes I guess you gotta break the rules to be innovative and do things your own way. Make it work for you. Alright, so we got a little bit of rouge on the cheeks. Not too dark, not too light. Just what I was going for. And then we can paint the bubblegum bubble in a second. But I did get a little dark in some of these places with the bubblegum, or not the bubblegum, but the cheeks. So I'm just going to come in very gently with some white and kind of just fluff it around and kind of lighten it up just a little bit in that area. Blend it a little bit more. Alright, good deal. So there's the cheeks. It's starting to look like something, y'all. Exciting. Alright, so now I'm going to mix up some more of this white and pink. Just right here. Try to make it look more like bubblegum. think that's pretty good. How dark did I go? I didn't go too dark on that one, so this might be just about right. Alright, here we go. I'm so excited. It's starting to look like something. My son was like, "It's so creepy, Mom." He's like, "The eyes are not painted and it's just creepy." And I'm like, "Yeah, I see that, but I'll make it cute. It'll look cute with paint." Exciting. Yeah, and there is a wire inside this here connecting it to the llama's mouth inside, so it also just for more stability. And then I hot glued it in there. I shoved a bunch of like magazine papers in there too to like just really crowd it in, so it's really in there. I don't think it'll come off easily anyways. Like, it can definitely be ripped off, but it would take some doing. Because I had to rip it out and start over because I didn't like the look of it. It just seems so like mushed in, and I was like, I needed to elongate it, so I did have to rip it apart, and it did take some doing. But I was like, I can't leave it like this. I gotta make it look better. This might be just a first layer because I'm running out of paint. I'm gonna mix up some more. Just do that. Sometimes you underestimate how much paint you really need. Okay, hopefully this will do it. Bubblegum goodness. I could almost smell the bubblegum. Thank you. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. I have never been to Germany. That is so cool. Yeah. My lederhosen and llama would fit in, huh? That's so cool. I'm sorry I didn't see your comment sooner. Yeah, I actually have like I have wind-up toys, and like I have a walking rainbow poop. Is really funny. And he'll like poop out candies if you put candy in him. And then I have a pair of like lederhosen, and they just walk, and it's funny. It's so funny. But yeah, sculpting the lederhosen llama was a lot of fun. Like, I feel like a lot of times when I'm creating, like if I'm like smiling and laughing, I know I'm doing something right. And then when I was doing creating the lederhosen llama, I felt like that. Yeah, and same with my bubblegum blowing llama, like, just so fun to make. It's like unexpected, right? It's not something you see every day. Just trying to get in all the little crevices can be a little difficult. It's a tight fit. the way things are right now, I know it's difficult all over, but you know, I'm not creating as much as maybe I want to, but I'm really making an effort to, not just for myself, but I know that, you know, people come to my channel and see me live, and, you know, it makes them feel better. And I know this because they tell me this, and that means a lot to me. You know, it helps me too. It helps me too. So I'm going to keep being an artist. I'll never stop being an artist, whether I'm creating or not. That's just who I am. And so, yeah, but just during difficult times, I do lean on my art. It does help me feel better. It looks like it's something I can control, right? Everything else feels out of control, but this I can do something about, right? So if y'all need a little bit of a bright spot, please check out my channel. I post fairly often. And hopefully, you know, my art and my content will help you feel a little bit better. I'm just trying to hit all the spots that I did with the first coat. And I just want everything to match. Alright. Yeah, so my first bubblegum blowing llama, I named her Bubbles. So I don't know, should this be like Bubbles Jr. or something? Bubbles 2.0. What do y'all think? What's a good name? I usually, with my llamas, I will name them with an L name, like Leonid the llama. And then I have Lamone is my artist llama. But Bubbles felt special, and she needed to be just called Bubbles. Cammy Cam, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome. Hope I didn't miss you. I'm not always looking at the comments right away. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, I'm trying to make YouTube my home. I know Cam from TikTok. One of my mutuals from TikTok. I actually, you know, have a few here. Not everyone made the transition, but I'm trying to make YouTube my home, and every time I see a TikTok friend, it's like, oh my god! It's like, you know, family coming in. Alright, so what do y'all think? It's coming together. It's coming together. So cute. Thank you, Cam. Yep. It's looking like something now. I'm excited. Alright, I'm gonna check out my Bubbles over here, see what she looks like. Okay, so I used maybe a little bit lighter of a pink. Not as light as this and not as dark as this, so I'm gonna have to add a little bit of white for the nose and for the ears. So just lighten up this pink a little bit. Right? It's different, right? It's definitely different than TikTok. But I'm excited to, you know, build something here too. Loads of good folks here too. It might be too light, so I'm going to come in here with a little bit more of that pink. Okay. I think that's where we want to be. Alright, so I'm going to get a little bit smaller of a paintbrush, I think, for this now. Well, it's really good to see you. Like I said, every time I see a TikTok person come up in here, I'm like, hey, yeah, what's up? Alright, so right here, I did these little nostrils out of hot glue. And I'm going to paint them pink. And then right up in here, just the insides of the ears are going to be pink too. And I did not mean to flip y'all off. I was just pointing, I promise. I was looking at the camera and went, oops. Just pointing, I promise. Alright. Just get up in here with the pink. Yeah, I used to do painted rocks, so I don't really mind a challenge when it comes to paint. Because I know, you know, rocks can have all sorts of like holes and crevices and bumps and divots and everything. And so, you know, painting something that has, you know, texture and stuff doesn't really bother me. I like a challenge. Yeah, so like trying to draw a straight line on a rock is difficult, and you might not even be doing a straight line because of the divots and everything. So to try and make it look straight is an art in itself. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get her eyes looking good and her lips. So she's going to have like lipstick. I'm going to do a beauty mark on her, I think, on her mouth. And then like I'm going to do some like eyeshadow up here. Just like I did my clay llama. It will look different because it's a different medium, but I want a similar look because she's going to go up on the wall. So you see where that disco ball is? That painting there that I did? She's going to go there. Yep, so I'm going to have a llama up there. Yeah. I kind of became known for my llamas. So it'll be nice to have one, you know, a big one back there representing. Yeah, I actually had people call me the llama lady. It's just so funny to me. And then, like, my last name is Lemons, so it's Lemons Llamas. I always thought that was funny, too. I know y'all can't really see me paint the nose, but I'm just trying, with the light that I have, trying to get in there and see what needs to be done. Alright. What do y'all think? I think that's cute. I'm so excited. Alright, let's see if we can do the inside of these ears now. While I have my pink mixed, I'm gonna keep using it. Alright, so I've got my little brush here for finer detail, so I can get in there and make these crisp lines. Hopefully that's, you know, that's what I try to do. See what my hand does, if it cooperates. And sometimes, you know, you can be working on something and your body does not want to do what your mind wants it to do. Sometimes my hand's steady, sometimes it's not. I used to have a really steady hand, and sometimes I still do, but there's just some days where it's like, and it's like, why? Why, body? Why are you betraying me? I actually know a Chloe. She is the sweetest little girl. So funny. She is my husband's, like, friend's daughter. And her dad drives like a lunatic. And she got him a sticker for his window that says, "My driving scares me too." And that's my favorite thing about Chloe. My favorite memory of Chloe. They moved away, but you know, that made me think of that. So funny. Yeah, because he drives like, like I do not want to ride with that dude. And it was funny that she bought him that sticker and put it on his window. Because it is so accurate. Alright, I'm going to lift this up in a second to show y'all how it's coming along. Alright, so see the pink in there? Yep, I'm going to do that on both ears. Of course, I'm going to fill in all the empty space as well. Just didn't know how well y'all could see what's going on from there. Maybe get a little bit bigger of a brush. Like for the outline I can do, yeah, I'll do the outline and then I'll go in and get a bigger brush and fill in the inside. I guess I'll just name this one Bubbles too. Like if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? That's a great name, Bubbles. So, alright, let's see if I can find another brush. Give me a second, guys. Ugh, guys and gals. Maybe this one will work. Alright, so I'll use that one for the finer bits, and then I'll do this one for the inside bits. And it'll go a lot faster doing it that way. There we go. Yes. Thank you. My name is Misty. What's your name? I also go by Designs by Misty Blue. Misty Blue is my nickname. But yeah, Misty. Alright, so there we go. There's one ear. Not too shabby. And I know from there it looks pretty flat, but see, it is curved. There is a little bit of dimension to it. So it's not just this flat looking ear. Alright, let's get in here and do this other ear. Again, just going to do the outline with this brush, and then I'll fill in with the thicker brush. Y'all ever see that video where the guy's like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "What? What is your name?" "Ezekiel." And he's like, "F you, Ezekiel." It's terrible, but so funny. He said, "What's your name?" made me think of that. I actually posted a video with that sound the other day, just because it's so funny. Yeah, before TikTok got banned, I was like, I gotta use some of these sounds before I leave. And that was one of the sounds that I was like, I have to use that sound. So I made it look like my sculptors are talking and yelling at each other. It's funny. It's funny to me anyways. Alright, so there's the outline for that one. We can fill it in with the thicker brush in a second. Alright. I apologize if y'all don't see every little thing I'm doing. I'm just trying to work where the light is and all that. Yeah, so I did the same pink, just lightened in different ways. So the darkest is the bubblegum ball, the lightest is the cheeks, and then this is kind of like a middle ground pink. So just use the same pink, but would lighten up with the white. And then that way it's cohesive too. You're not just using different shades of pink, it's the same shade, just to, you know, lightened up and stuff. Alright, so let's see how that goes. Cute. Alright, I think I see one spot up here I want to maybe work on a little bit. It's really light, so just put a little bit more paint there. Alright, let's see how even that is. Alright, so that one's a little bit wider, so I might widen this other one too, just to kind of be more cohesive. Down here at the bottom. Or you know what I'll do? I think I'll use some white too. And maybe, I don't know. I think that fixed it. Never mind, I'm good. So there we go. She's looking like something now. Alright. I will do a darker pink for the lips though. Let's see, what kind of pink do I have over here that I can use? Pure pink? No. Let's see. I thought I had more pink choices than that. I guess I don't. Alright, honeysuckle pink. That was actually the pink I was looking for. Alright, so you guys shake it up. Make sure it's thoroughly mixed before you put it out. Alright. Happy birthday! Hi, welcome! Welcome, welcome, and happy birthday. Amara. I hope I said that right. Is it Amara or Amara? Beautiful name. Either way, I love it. Welcome and happy birthday. I hope you are enjoying your day. Thank you for spending your birthday with me. I appreciate it. Alright, now, painting the lips are going to be tricky because there's that big bubblegum ball in the way. So we'll see if we can get in there and make them look like lips. We will see. Actually, I think I want to get in there and put some white, because some of that bubblegum paint went further than I needed it to, I think. So, Go in there with some of that white. So I'll need another paintbrush. Good thing I got about like 1,000,000 of them over here. Well, that's perfect. That works great. Okay. Just trying to get where I can see with the light. I think that's good enough. Alright, so now I can do the lips. Alright, so you can see the darker pink that's going on. I know an overhead view would probably be better for this, but I don't have all that set up right now. And I really like just the face-to-face, as it were, when I do my lives. I like to, you know, it helps me see the comments better, and then I feel like, you know, we're really here together, which is nice. Alright, so just going along with that pink. Yeah, I had like a whole story that I had like for Bubbles. Like Bubbles, she's a secretary. So I don't know what they're called these days, but secretary. So she's a secretary, and she sounds like, "Oh, darling." That's what she sounds like. That's what Bubbles sounds like. She's very kind, but she's also a little judgy. And she's like, "Oh, darling, no." So that's Bubbles, y'all. That's kind of my idea for Bubbles. That's what her personality is like. I'm not going to worry about the edges too much. Like, if it gets a little I can fix it with white paint, so. But I'm going to try and do it right the first time. But we'll see. Sometimes things happen and you just got to do your best. Alright, so it's coming along. She's going to have her lipstick. I've just noticed in the past, like, year that painting has gotten a little harder for me on my eyes. I have macular degeneration, and as far as I know, it's not, like, affecting my vision yet, but I also have vision impairments, as you can see, and just getting older, it happens, right? So I am seeing a difference in how just painting has been more difficult for me in the past year. So that kind of sucks, but you know, I'm thinking like for finer details I might get like one of those magnifying glasses that have like a light built into it. For like finer details I could use it. Hopefully that'll help. It doesn't help that my house is like always dark too. It's just a little tiny dark house. I think light just goes to die here. Like, there's never enough light. So. I love my house. It's just so dark in here. And this is probably actually one of the better well-lit rooms in my house. So. But as aging eyes, you know, happen, it's just a fact of life, I'm going to need more light. Okay, so it's starting to look maybe more like lips. Sorry if I get all quiet, I'm trying to focus. Y'all ever do that in the car? Like you're going somewhere and you really need to focus, so you turn the music down so you can focus better? It's like that. You just get kind of quiet because you're focusing. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. Again, I really appreciate it. So nice to have y'all as company. I hope I've made your day a little bit brighter. You've definitely made mine a little bit brighter, and I appreciate it. So yeah, that's a hot mess right now. We'll figure that out. We'll make that look better. I need to look at this one and see what I did. Okay, so it's pink pretty much all the way up to her lips. So me correcting that with white was not the way to go. That's okay. You live, you learn, you do better. Alright, so we'll have to go in here and add some pink. So we'll just go in with that bubblegum pink just to get it all the way in the mouth and all around there. So we'll just do that. Yeah, the white is just too stark against the lipstick, so the pink will help it a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see, it's already looking better. So, as opposed to the completely white, a little bit of pink in there, it's starting to look a little bit better. And I will work on those lips and make them look better. This is just kind of like a rough draft, really. You gotta trust the process when you're doing art. Like, God, this looks awful, but you gotta trust it's gonna turn out. It's gonna look good. It just takes a little bit sometimes to get there. That's something I tell people all the time. Like, you know, they're afraid to do art. They don't think that they can do it. And it's like, you know, just do it. Just do it. How are you going to get better if you don't do it at all? Right? You have to just do it. and just be patient with yourself. You know, learning any skills in life is going to take time. And you just got to be patient. If it's something you really want to do, just do it. Right? I didn't know if I could paper mache. I didn't know if this was going to turn out. Was I a little nervous starting? Heck yeah. Yes, I was definitely nervous. But I did it. And then the more you do it, the more confident you'll be. The better you'll get. Yeah, I get people all the time like, I can't even draw a stick figure. And it's like, well, the more you try, the better you'll get. I think, anyways, that's usually how it goes with learning anything. Right? The more you do it, the better you'll get. And if you don't, at least you had fun in the process. Right? I think art is really soothing and calming, and even if you didn't like create an amazing piece, you learned something from it, and that's a great takeaway too. Like to just continually learn. All right, I think after this I'll take a lunch break. I'm getting pretty hungry. What time is it anyways? Well, it's almost lunchtime, so there you go. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today, and please give me a follow and y'all can see how she turns out. Thank y'all so much again for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it. It sounds like Spider-Man. It is Spider-Man. It's lo-fi Spider-Man. That's hilarious. So funny. I kind of want to start that one again. That was just so funny. Like, I don't know if y'all heard the whole thing or not. It's so funny. Like, I wasn't expecting to hear Spider-Man on lo-fi. That's so funny. Just trying to get all these little nooks and crannies in here. I'm gonna try and get as much pink in there as I can so the white isn't showing up so much. It's just hard to get in there. Okay, that is an improvement. The pink helps. Alright. Alright, let's see how far I went on the lips for this one here. Oh, okay. And I did like a little detail on the side. Alright, so I'm going to do that here too. Alright. That was a really fun lo-fi. I like that. You know, I wasn't a fan of Spider-Man until Tom Holland. He did the character so great. Alright, so here's the detail. So just a little bit on the side like that, and it kind of makes her lips like you see that little pinch there. So I add that, and I'm going to do it on the other side. Hopefully I can do it pretty symmetrically. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, just pretty similar. I think that's not too bad. So there's that side, and then there's that side. And I might make her lips a little more fuller as well. She can have some big old lips. Llama lips. Do llamas have lips? That's a good question. I think they kind of have to, right? To spit. Like you kind of have to have lips to spit. So I would think llamas have lips for sure. Alright, so see the difference between the other side? Yeah, definitely going bigger. She got some big old llama lips. Side view. It's looking a little bit better, I think. Alright, definitely want to get that bottom lip a little bit fuller as well. So what do y'all think for eyeshadow? I'm thinking purple like I did my other one. So she can have purple too. Y'all remember the Drew Carey show? And there was a character on there called Mimi. Bubbles kind of reminds me of how Mimi looked. But she's way nicer than Mimi. Mimi was not nice. Bubbles is a little judgy, but she's nice. For the most part. Like if you're a dillweed, she's going to judge you for that. But she's mostly nice to people, even the dillweeds. Alright, so see, it's getting a little bit better down there. A little bit fuller. She's like, oh darling, even dillweeds need to be loved. That's how she talks. Oh darling. Y'all let me know if the music's too loud, I'll turn it down. Alright, so there's the bottom. There's the side. Both sides. I'm thinking the sides might need to be more fuller. What do y'all think? I should probably fill out the sides a little bit more. But while I'm letting that dry, I might put in her beauty mark. So let's see, where's my paint pen? I have a paint pen around here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Alright, so I think her beauty mark was on her right side. Let me see. Yes, on her right side. So I need to put on this side. Over here. Alright, so like right about in here, beauty mark. You know, kind of like Marilyn Monroe had. Oh, but her side sticks out more on the left, so it might be better on her left. Well, poop. The thing is, though, is like seeing it from my doorway, I won't be able to see it. We'll just have to do it on the right and call it good. Alright, let's see about... Yep, okay. So the paint is ready to go. We're thinking maybe right around there. I think I see a perfect spot for it. Alright, so she's got a little beauty mark now. Oh, darling. I love my beauty mark. Okay, I'm gonna see about making these lips a little bit fuller, I think. I just want to do a little at a time. I don't want to go like too much, right? Too much at once. And then it's, you know, I don't want to have to dial it back. Alright, so that's... Thank y'all so much for spending time with me today. I know this is a really long live, but I just wanted to hang out and chill with everyone today. So thank y'all. And art takes time. I know a lot of our videos like go by really fast and it looks like the progress is really fast, but it's not. A lot of times art is slow. It takes time. You know, it's like a practice in mindfulness, right? It's like a meditation almost. It's just peaceful and slow. Trying to think where I want to, if there's anything else I need to do. What do y'all think? Should the lips go even bigger, or is that pretty good? I might even darken the inside of the mouth, because I think it's still too light. But yeah. There she is, and then her beauty mark is on this side. Alright everyone, I think this is a great stopping point. I'm going to grab some lunch. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Almost 2 hours. That's a long live for me. But I appreciate you. So please check out my profile. I have so many videos that y'all can watch, and hopefully it'll cheer you up and make you feel better. Please check out the link in my profile. I have an art kit that I'm trying to put together, and I'm going to donate them to children in need, you know, like at food banks. You know, so not just feeding their bodies, but feeding their minds and souls too. So if y'all want to help with that, I'd really appreciate it. But thank y'all so much for spending time with me today. And please follow me, and you'll see Bubbles. When she's finished, you will see the complete finished project of Bubbles next time around. All right. Thank y'all, everyone. Take care, and I hope to see y'all soon.